Are you having trouble surviving the wasteland of West Virginia inside Fallout 76? Well, stay tuned because I got some good survival tips for you today. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I'm Sons of the Abyss Gaming. Welcome to my channel.
I got broads in Atlanta, just at the lean, the family, credit cards and the scammers, hitting the licks in the
First survival tip of this video, and that is weapon crafting. Now, a lot of people think the weapon crafting in this game isn't very good, when in fact it's actually pretty damn expansive and more detailed than one might think at first glance. Have you ever noticed the insane amount of the same guns that always are dropping and it pisses you off? It just irritates you? Well, don't let it, and don't ignore them because they actually give you blueprints for attachments to craft. All you have to do is scrap whichever weapons you want parts for. Doesn't matter if it's a level 1 weapon or a level 20, you can get something good from any leveled version of that weapon. This also works with armor pieces as well. Just an example of exactly how much you can change your weapons. Right here I am using a regular short hunting rifle, but I've changed it enough to where it's now a marksman tuned hunting rifle, which is crazy. It does so much more damage, it's cooler looking, and all I had to do was pick up those extra weapons I found on the ground and scrap them, and I learned all kinds of different blueprints for attachments. So I recommend you take your time and dive into the weapon crafting and just take your time and explore it a little bit. See what kind of creations you can come up with. Alright guys, our next tip is going to help you with your inventory management, because that last tip is probably going to fill up your inventory pretty quickly trying to collect all the guns you can. Pocketed armor. Now there is a mod that will help you increase your inventory weight limit, and that's the pocketed mod, which you can either get from a trader or find throughout the world, or you can also have a chance of learning the blueprint from scrapping armor pieces like I explained earlier. Now we're going to run through some quick math real quick so I can show you exactly how good this pocketed mod can be. It could be a lifesaver and a really good quality of life change in the case of inventory management. Now imagine, if you have 5 pieces of armor on with this mod, which at a base level, the item will give you 5 increase to your carry weight each. So that equals 25 increase to your total weight limit. But wait, I have seen some pocketed mods that actually have a 15 bonus to your weight limit. So having one of those, having all 5 of those would equal a 75 total increase to your weight limit, and it might even go higher. You might be able to find pieces that have more than 15. So this is a huge help. It allows you to keep more items and not throw away so many items that you want to keep, because there's so many items in this game that I personally love to collect and I hardly have room for it. And this tip actually has helped me out quite a bit. So I really recommend that you try this. You practice doing this and you look for those pocketed mods. If you have to buy them from a trader, do so if you have enough caps, because it is worth it. It helps you out tremendously. Anyways, let's move on to our next tip of the video. Now let's discuss power armor. Power armor in Fallout 76 is very useful. I'm about to tell you exactly why. It can be used for more things than you might think. First off, I think you get a weight bonus just for wearing it, or at least you get to move faster while you're overcumbered. It also protects you from radiation, so if a nuke goes off, this is what you want to be wearing to go search that area. And it also gives you better defense as well to help you survive against all those horrible creatures that exist in the world. Both armor pieces being so heavy, is it really worth it? Well, yes, because there's a simple trick to help with this. All you have to do is put the armor pieces for the power armor suit inside of the power armor, and then wait for a second, and soon after it will be automatically teleported to your inventory with only weighing 10 pounds, no matter what is inside the power armor. So you can have, let's say, 5 pieces of armor for it, weighing about 30, 20 each, let's say, and that's 100. But if you wait and it goes back to your inventory, that 100 pounds is automatically turned into 10 pounds. So this is a very useful tip to help you with your power armor, and this will help you survive this beautiful wasteland of West Virginia. Alright guys, let's jump into my next tip, and that's food and drink survival tips. First off, I advise you to always stay well fed and hydrated so you can reap the bonuses of the buffs. So make sure you're eating and drinking up until your bars are all the way full, your hunger and thirst bars. Make sure they are full so you can get these buffs. Now the well fed buff gives you a max HP increase as well as disease resistance. And then well hydrated gives you AP regen and disease resistance. So these are very beneficial. So if you want an upper hand in this world, make sure to stay well fed and well hydrated. So Citizen Droid has brought it to my attention that he wasn't exactly sure what the action points, what the icons underneath the action points stand for, so I figured I'd go over those real quick for you guys. Now the one right there, the red one with the suitcase, that's overburdened, so when you see that, it means your weight's full. And then the one that has like steam coming off of it, that's your hunger buff. And then the one next to that is your thirst buff. And there's another one which is like a quarantine symbol, which stands for you're taking radiation damage. And there's more icons than that, so if you see an icon and you're not exactly sure what it means, go ahead and go check your status screen on your Pip-Boy just to see what's going on. Anyways, I just wanted to hit those real quick and let you guys know about that. Now let's move on to our next tip. On the topic of perks, let's go ahead and tell you about another one. I'm sure most of you people know about this, but if you didn't, if you want an extra buff to help you survive the dangers of the wasteland, make sure to go rest in a bed every once in a while, so you can get the well rested perk, which gives you a 5% XP boost for 2 hours. And you can keep coming back every 2 hours to keep this XP boost on. So if you really want to maximize your levels, go ahead and do this. Now when you do this, make sure you're sleeping on a bed that has a frame, like I am. If the bed is dirty or doesn't have a frame, it's laying on the ground, you can actually catch a disease from it. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, now let's talk about purified water. This is mostly for beginner players, so if you are a little advanced, I know this won't help you out much, but watch it anyways, why not? Now if you're having trouble getting enough purified water just stocked up and you're tired of drinking that dirty ass water, this tip may help and remove that problem altogether. Keyword here is workshops. There are a few workshops that will give you purified water. This one specifically is called Charleston's Landfill. It's a pretty good spot to also get aluminum, by the way. Now I have a video going way more in depth on this specific location to farm this workshop while you're AFKing, so you can actually earn resources while progressing your character at the same time, which is freaking fantastic if you ask me. So if you do want to check that out, it will show up in the right hand corner right about now. And do me a favor, if any of these tips actually helped you or if you learned something new, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. And if you actually have something you want me to add to the beginner survival guide, go ahead and put those in the comments below and I will add it to the list and also feature that comment in my video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and move to our next tip. Now before we move on to that next tip, I just wanted to cut in real quick. I forgot to tell you exactly where to find this place. I know I did show it to you on the map, but the map is huge and that didn't help much. But if you go south from Flatwoods, you will hit it. It's like directly south. And I just wanted to cut in real quick and say that. Now let's really get to the next tip. I just wanted to cover, well, this isn't really a tip. It's just probably something that's not very well known because a lot of people probably won't try it because fast traveling from indoors in most Bethesda games don't work. But in this one, you can actually fast travel while you're inside. Now if you're overcumbered, you still can't fast travel. Those standard rules apply. But if you're inside a loaded area, you can actually fast travel, no problem. Bam. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out in the air just in case people didn't know it, because a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, are gonna blow past that and skip right past it. So that's pretty cool. Hope you guys go over the status screen real quick just for the people who do not know what it is or what all the icons mean. I know most people do, so this part of the video is not for you, but this is beginner's survival guide after all, so I have to cover this. Starting from the left, that pill, that means you're well rested. Below that, the weight icon, that means you're overburdened. Below that, the food icon, that means that's your percentage of how hungry you are. And below that, your thirst meter. And then starting with that gun, the numbers right next to the gun is the damage your weapon does. The helmet, right below the helmet, that's your damage resistance. Starting from base damage resistance to explosive damage resistance to radiation damage resistance. Then after that, your HP, your level, and your action points. And then your effect screen, which tells you all your debuffs and buffs, and then your special screen, which is self-explanatory. Anyway, sorry, I know that's pretty much of a waste of time, but a lot of people actually might not know that, so I just want to go through those real quick. Alright guys, the final tip of the video is a relatively known one, but I just wanted to go over it just in case. Now this is just a beginner's survival guide after all, so remember that. I'll have an advanced one coming really soon, so if you do want some more advanced tips, they are coming. But this last tip is going to be for the perk cards. I'm basically showing you my build. I'm going to point out the cards I believe are essential or that I think you should take if you're trying to make the game a little bit more fun, a little bit more easy to carry items. Anyways, let's start with pack rat. The weight of all junk items is reduced by 75%. Now the base level of this is 25%, remember that. The only reason it's 75% is because I found 2 more cards and was able to upgrade it. Armor weighs 50% less. This one's pretty helpful if you plan on farming armor, so remember that. Weights of all chems, including stim packs, are reduced by 90%, which the base is 30%. So it's pretty good. It's decent if you carry a lot of chems, which I do personally, but you might not, so you might not have to need that card. Now these next two I think are essential if you do want to find some good items in the world. You want 2 lock picking. You want pick lock and you want the expert pick lock, and you probably want to go a level past that, but I don't have it. But you always want to have your pick lock cards because it's so useful to pick those safes because you can get some really good stuff from them. Good dog eating. Eating dog food is now 3 times as beneficial. Hell yeah, this one is awesome. I can't stress how good this one is, especially paired with another card I'll show you here in a second. So I recommend you do get this card. This one I have to recommend. It makes surviving so much easier because getting food can be a pain in the ass because your meat that you have can spoil over time and you'll forget about it and it'll spoil. You'll be like, damn, you'll have like 20 spoiled meats. You'll get this one relatively soon, so I'll take it. Lead belly, you take 30% less radiation from eating or drinking. This one's pretty good, but it's not necessary to have if you don't really want it. You gain increased benefit from being well fed or well hydrated. This one's pretty good if you're planning on using the tips I gave previously quite often. If you're planning on always staying well fed and well hydrated, I recommend you take this card. Bloodsucker. Blood packs now satisfy thirst, no longer irritate, and heal 50% more. This card is a lifesaver in some spaces. Blood packs can be sometimes hard to come by, but they're good to have, and this card will make them even better. Buying and selling prices at vendors are even better. Now this is really good if you're trying to get a lot of caps, obviously. If you're going to use this, you need to go for all 3 of them, because the first level of the card isn't really that beneficial. So you need to go for all 3 of them if you're trying to do this. But it does help out a lot, especially when you're buying those expensive items. Now this one isn't necessary, but if you are on a team a lot, then I do recommend it. You gain 5% more XP. It's called inspirational. Most people will have this when they start, so. And a lot of people know about this. Like I said, this is just a beginner survival guide. Now if you're going to do a lot of armor farming, this one's very useful. It can help you get, I think you can even get upgraded versions of mods, so you maybe get an upgraded version of the pocketed mod. So if you want that, go ahead and take it, but it's not necessary at all. Food and drink weighs are reduced by 60%. This is pretty damn useful because food and drink weighs a lot more than you think, and you're stocking up quite a bit of it. But it's not necessary if you don't want it. And now this one. This one matches with Good Doggy very well. It's like a good ass combination. It's like the 2 cards were made for each other. 60% chance to find an extra canned good when you search a food container, and half the time it ends up being a can of dog food or Cajun rice and beans. But either one works. So with this paired with Good Doggy is really helpful, and I do recommend you get this card. You have a better chance to find more caps when opening a cap stash. Now cap stashes are kind of rare, so this card I can't really recommend. But if you're trying to get those caps, and if you have, there's this other card that will actually tell you when there's a stash nearby, it'll make a little sound, then I do recommend you have it. But if you don't have that card, then this card's kind of, it doesn't help too much. Now when you do find those stashes, you do get like 20 more sometimes than you would originally, so it can be helpful. And with a fully upgraded one, I'm sure you get quite a bit. But that's my build for right now. I will have another video going way more in depth on perk cards, showing you all of the perk cards and the best combinations, all kinds of different builds, so expect that shit really soon. If you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell right next to the subscription button so you're notified when my videos come out, because I will be releasing quite a bit of survival guides coming. Right now I'm going to finish off my beginning survival guide. There might be 2 more videos to it, and then after that I'm going to go into my advanced survival guide, and I'll have videos in between, like covering the patch notes that come Monday, by the way, Monday patch notes, which I'm probably going to post this video Monday, so that's probably, me telling you that's probably pointless. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know to smash that like button into the abyss for me. Thank you for joining me, and if you did make it this far in the video, I want to thank you very much. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to build a community, and if you want to be a part of that community, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video if it helped you at all. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm Sons of the Abyss Gaming, and I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I got broads in Atlanta, just at the lean, the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.